We're live. Finally. Oh my god. So stressful. I mean, it should be so simple to figure this stuff out. It's just like I haven't done it in like over a year, so things have kind of changed ever so slightly. Can you guys hear me okay? Looks like Mick is in the chat. You hear me okay? Hopefully you can. I've been having some trouble with this mic. Sounds great. Good. Yeah, ever since I got this lavalier mic, it's been quite the improvement, so that's good. I will be right back. I just gotta shut something off here. Okay, so yeah, I got my phone set up here for the live stream. I was trying to do it on my laptop, but I was trying to work with StreamYard, but I need a little more education on that stuff. As far as setting my mic up through there, it looks like it wasn't picking up, and um, I kind of wanted to go through there just to experiment a little bit, but looks like just directly through YouTube works best, considering the audio, the clarity of the video, and everything else. So we'll try it this way. Hopefully, you can hear me and the music. Music ain't going to be like as great as Mr. Bizarro's live streams, but I mean, that guy's on another level. I kind of need to know how he does it. It's like I went to audio school, and yet I can't figure this stuff out. But as you can tell by the screensaver here, I play some San Francisco Shiver. Dead Wax is in the chat. Welcome, Randy. Just gonna kind of testing this all out. I know it's been probably over a year since I've done a live stream, and got a new lavalier mic, as you guys noticed in my videos. It's not the best mic in the world, but it's definitely better than my direct phone line with the phone mic. So anything's better than that. So we're gonna kind of test the sound, see what the music sounds like with this lavalier. Like I said, it's not going to be, you know, cinema sound, but oh, thanks, Randy. Yeah, thanks for the feedback. Um, it's going to be a little experiment. So yeah, just decided to do this tonight. I'm kind of staying in. It's pretty cold out tonight, so have no plans. So gonna be sharing off some records and chatting away. Raw, unhinged, unedited, baby. So yeah, man. Has anyone else picked up on this San Francisco Shiver? I've only spun it maybe 3 times since I've got it, so nice to jump back into this one. I'm really glad it's been repressed again. This was pretty limited also. I think to like, I don't know, 200 copies or something. It is cold outside. You haven't heard this one, Randy? It's kind of like a cross between like Hawkwind meets Blue Cheer, maybe. You know, it's kind of got that San Fran sound, but it also kind of sounds really contemporary too. It almost kind of fooled me for being a retro recording. I think it is, but it sounds really good for its time. I think this was recorded maybe in like 1970, around there. I forget the year. I mean, it can't be 60s, right? Yeah, I think it's like early 70s, maybe 72, around there. Really wails for its time. This is really heavy. Mostly instrumental. Yeah, my copy unfortunately had a few creases in it, so Had to put a little cardboard in there. It's really a cheap pressing, but recording's pretty lo-fi too, but kind of adds to the charm. It's got kind of a really on the fringe kind of delivery on here. It's really ragged and kind of raw, but very spaced out at the same time. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started, I guess. Well, give it a few more minutes here, just let people drop in. Yeah, 72 sounds about right. It was released originally by Rockadelic back in 2000. So how is the new year kicking off for everybody? Got me some Slim Jim Tabasco jerky. Kind of love that stuff, but I have to always drink it with like a soft drink or something, and I'm kind of laying off soft drinks. As far as me like working out and stuff. And I don't know if it's helping or not, but I'm kind of, as much as I work out, it's still kind of hard to put it off. I think I've maybe gained some weight because of, that hernia surgery I had last year. Seems like it all came about after that. I don't know if it's connected or not, but welcome Brennan's Bootlegs. Well, I already talked to you, but Thump Finger. 16-ounce curls. A little more than that. Just a little more than that. Yeah, I've been kind of sticking with the same weight. I kind of run around. I start with like, of course, stretching out. Touch my toes, and then I'll do like 40 crunches, which I kind of need to up that, I think. And then after that, I start doing like some of these where you pull the weight forward and kind of helps with your abs as well. That's like my favorite part of the whole workout. And then I walk on the treadmill for like half hour, roughly. I do a lot of rotating around the Planet Fitness is what I go to, and I could spend about a whole hour in there, give or take. I get a lot done. Yeah. Yeah, I can still touch them. I don't know. My legs are really muscular. They always really have been, but I got like the legs of a horse. They are really tight. Speaking of that, I've never mentioned this, but in like a video I posted, but I got a little story for you. So I don't know how long ago, maybe a month ago now, for the first time ever, it's like I'm just the bearer of bad news, but I actually got bit by a dog for the first time. It's kind of a long story, but I'll summarize it best I can. But I was basically getting new headlights in my vehicle because the one was out and I was going to replace them both. And it's a small town kind of business going on. Well, it's in Lincoln, but what am I trying to say? He's very he doesn't have like customers in and out all day. So, he brings his dog to work one day, and we've been having a pretty good relationship. I've been to him like 10 different times maybe, and he brought his dog there one day, and when I came back with the headlight part, I knocked on the door because he was like on his break or whatever, and I couldn't really see inside once I opened the door, but I heard the dog barking, just like any typical dog would do, and I could barely see him inside. I think he was on his lunch break, he said, and he said, close the door, like really quickly, and I was like, my instincts kicked in. I said, okay, close the door because the dog is going to get out, right? That's my first instinct. I should have just literally closed the door. But it turns out, it's kind of bright outside too, and really dark in the room. So it's like the contrast didn't really help me any. And I took one step in, and he bit me below the knee. So it was a big, beefy dog too. I don't know what kind of breed it was. It was no Saint Bernard, but it was like I could ride this thing. It was like one of those big mountain dogs or something. But it was a black guy too, or a black dog too, because couldn't see him inside. If it was a white dog, I probably could have saw it a little easier. But I'll show you the wound I got. It's healing up pretty well though. Let's see if I can get on camera. It's not really that gross, but I might have to stand on my chair here. Got a whole jawline in there. Isn't that something? Yeah, it kind of bruised up originally, so it actually didn't hurt. It could have hurt a lot worse. I mean, I didn't like yelp in pain when it happened, but he kind of clenched on for about 3 or 4 seconds, and I was just like, ugh, get him off, get him off. And of course, no harm done really. I mean, it was just kind of fuzzy situation, considering I should have closed the door when he had it, but I guess for being a small business, he was offering me, free headlights, so I didn't have to pay for them. Yeah, like I said, Randy, didn't have to pay for them. I mean, didn't want to cause any more trouble, so he's been really nice to me. I mean, he gives me good prices on oil changes and tire rotations, whatever I need. So it was just a misunderstanding, and I guess the dog, he claimed it has all of its shots, and they all say that, right? But of course, I thought I could walk it off. It was still stinging after I left, but I decided to go to like a Walgreens first and see if I could, just kind of treat it on my own. But um, afterwards, someone pointed me to a urgent care, which I didn't really want to do because, I guess by state law they have to report that if it's out of business when you get a dog bite. I was like, oh man, they're gonna put that dog down. So I haven't really spoken to the guy yet since it's happened a month now, but I'm sure they notified him of the incident, and I got it treated really well. I mean, they had a bandage on it, and it was bleeding a little bit, but like I said, could have been a lot worse. And it's healing up pretty well. I mean, it was purple when it originally happened, and then an animal control officer came to my house that evening at the right time. I had a headache that whole day just because of how bad I felt the whole situation. I feel like it was kind of my fault, but I don't know whose fault could it be, right? I feel like I was at fault, but I just didn't want anything to happen to the dog, So in the end, I had to say if I wanted to report it or not when the officer came to my house, and I said, I don't feel comfortable reporting it. I mean, we've been having good relationship, good rapport, so we just let that slide. So in the end, at least it wasn't my crotch or anything like that. So yeah, it could have been my grapes, man. No kids for me. But yeah, that's my story. So yeah, otherwise, I mean, that was last year, but this year's off to a pretty easy start. Work's been kind of crazy, but um, yeah. So you guys noticed I published a video tonight or this afternoon of all the records I've picked up in the last 2 years, and hope you guys check that out. It's always kind of fun looking back and seeing all the album artwork and all the titles I picked up. I mean, I can remember each record I picked up and where I got it. Typically, I remember, but unless it's like online, that's kind of hard to remember. But like I said, man, the psych game is on. I am kind of looking forward to get some more imports, maybe some stuff overseas this year. So we'll just have to see what happens. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy. I might be on here maybe a couple hours. We'll see. And let's get to Shiver. And let me know how it sounds through the mic with me talking. Or I'll be quiet for a while, but yeah, I got the mic. I thought I shut my air conditioner off. I'll go and shut that off, but yeah, I got the mic pointed towards the speaker, so hopefully it's where it needs to be. So let's begin. And I already wiped the dust off, so. Gonna have it at a reasonable volume. Got tenants up above me and below me, so I'll be right back. In case anyone's wondering, I got the chat on this side, if I'm ever looking this way. How's it sound so far? Coming in okay? Zipper. It's San Francisco Shiver. That's right, I forgot about that. Had a hook for him. Because I think they got in some brawls or some bar fights, right? Back in the day. I got that Hawkwind feel, right? Guess I'll show some recent arrivals I haven't shared yet. bass solo. I found this 45 last weekend, last Saturday. This kind of rare instrumental funk single. When you get through with it, put it back. Little did they know I did not put it back. I bought this. Pretty desirable 45. Salvation Army find. Got a few marks, but plays through. Can't hear them. As far as something that I've put a little money down on, finally found a copy of this. Original on Tower. Jake Holmes second. Probably my favorite by him. Pretty nice shape. Made an offer on eBay and contemplated about it, but I was like, yeah, this would be a good buy. It's kind of more of more jazz laden folk with one killer heavy psych track. Leaves Never Break. It's got some wailing guitar on that track. Probably a top 5 Tower LP for me. Really good. So yeah, the whole album's about like this, man. I mean, they kind of slow down here and there, but there's a lot of energetic movements on here. It's really good. Picked up on a German copy of this. It's a local find. There's Bird and the Animals. Love is. It's kind of like this gatefold here. Cover's not in the best shape, but the records are. Yeah, like I said, German pressing. And the last 2 songs on here are reversed. It's Gemini and then the Madman running through the fields. Originally by Dandelion's Chariot, which had a couple members in this lineup. Yeah, and then I kind of rated the, I'm going to title my next video, I think I'm going to title it, I rated the $2 bid. I really did. Hey, welcome, Brandon. Got some pretty good deals in the $2 bid. I'm kind of looking for this one. Jim and Jean. It's kind of a kind of a folk pop thing. The Canadian version has a cooler cover, but the US release for $2. I mean, it's already kind of a cheap record, but still. Usually find them for about $10 or so. This one wasn't $2, but it was in that region. Finally got a clean copy of this. Hey, Aaron. I actually had to unhide your comment there. Mother's here. Oh boy. I wonder why I can't see your comment on the laptop. Aaron. Don't type that word in again. Yeah, I got a clean copy of this, like I was saying, and it's probably my favorite LP by them. It's kind of when they feel the most fulfilled, the most accomplished songwriting. It's not just pop. I mean, there's a couple country flavored tunes on here which are actually good. Got some nice lap steel guitar and a couple fuzzy moments. But it's when they get really dreamy is when it's really good though. So kind of cool design with the Stonehenge, right? It's kind of one I always passed on, and sometimes cheap heat is good though. Some wild shit. Got this one as well. Another cheapie. Actually, it's probably, this is kind of getting a little pricey or something. It's I'm going between like $20-$40. Found this for $1 at an antique shop. Right next door to the place I DJ at. White label promo. This guy was in Apple Tree Theater. It's pretty good. It's a singer-songwriter. Kind of a mixture of styles going on here. Kind of rural flavor. I didn't realize he wrote the track Bring the Whole Family, which I remember from Gary Lewis LP. I don't know if I believe you, Randy. Jazz? That don't sound like you. You're kind of more of a punk guy, right? I thought maybe you'd say focus more on punk, but... Right. Darius Davenport, what did he own? Oh yeah, he played on Auto Salvage. That's right. Yeah, I take your comments very loosely, Randy. I kind of know that about you, but it's been a while. Just kind of getting realigned with those. Yeah, I have all those bands. I actually just picked up on one this week. It's a reissue, but I've been kind of wanting to get an original of this, but I wanted an original of Mythos, their debut album. But I picked the reissue up because it was cheap. But someday I'll get the original, but that's one of them. Mythos, the first one. I don't know. I love them all. There's none I don't really like. I mean, I guess if they're more jazz focused, maybe not so much, but there's some good jazz rock ones too. Throb from '76, that's a good one. Hey, welcome, Stuart. I also wanted to say thank you for 3K subscribers. Well, it took me 16 years. 10 years on the vinyl community thing anyway. And on YouTube, 16 years. It's like half my age, man. And I noticed Noble Records hit 100,000. That's cool. You're gonna get one of those big plaques. It's gonna be like right next to Moonblood Fraction. I appreciate that, Brandon. At least on YouTube. Not a whole lot of psychsters on YouTube anymore. If there are, I mean, they're kind of just lurking in the shadows. I try to keep it alive on here, but I just like to do the videos when I feel like them, you know. Finish my $2 finds here, so then I found this one too. I'm not super familiar with this one, but some people over the years have kind of said good things about it, so it's also kind of another cheapie on the Mercury. Yeah, Mercury label. White label as well. Yeah, I caught the first Dots and Loops video. It's nice to see him back. Yeah, left a comment on my video today. Yeah, I love Dan when he was pumping videos out like he was back in the day. It was like 2017, 2018, I think it was. It was a good time to be on here, man. Now it's just plummeting at a high rate. Well, I hope my neighbors don't care for me blasting this, but it's not really blasting, but it's the weekend, right? Forgot to look this up and see what this was, but Youth Choir, Voices and Shadows. I'm gonna assume maybe a new wave kind of thing. I don't know. I'm sure you guys might know more than me, but Broken label. $2 bid. It's probably nothing crazy, but I love this track. Hey. I mean, feel free to share speak your mind, Randy. I'm not into that kind of kink, but hey, hear about that, that's cool. Right. Yeah, Human Beast is... I can't believe I have that one yet. That is a keeper for sure. I love that album probably more than most. It's kind of got this kind of sloppiness to it, but to me, that's like the perfect power trio sound. Like, perfect tone, everything's tuned just right. I love it. We'll see if we get around to that. I think I played that on one of my last live streams, I'm pretty sure. That stuff's kind of spicy. I think Randy, he's more of into the live streams anymore. Is that right, man? I'm not too involved on the YouTube side. I mean, I guess my go-to is Instagram these days. I think it's kind of cool to see all the content really quickly throughout the day and be done. I can't just like sit around on 4-hour live streams. It's not my bag. Yeah. At the beginning of this video, the very beginning, I said, this live stuff's kind of stressful setting up. I mean, we should make it a lot more easier than it is, but just the whole display, like how everything's kind of laid out, it's still not as clear as it should be. But Science Bunnies, welcome. Awesome. That's basically what this channel's for, man. It's musical discoveries for me and you. I think the peak was long ago, Stuart. 5 years ago, I mean, I've been watching vinyl videos since probably 2011 or 2012. Before I started making content, I was watching some people, well, they're really not around anymore, but there was some, I mean, everything was much more simplistic back then. Now we got all these TikTokers running the place. That's not all like that, but, you know, everything's kind of gotten a little more polished, a little more clean cut, kind of more, you know, more yuppies than ever, so. But, I don't know, I'd say my favorite period was kind of like 2015 around there. Kind of the whole transitioning from people first using social media to kind of, you know, starting to get a little better with their content. I don't know. Yeah. Fuck that TikTok, man. Not into it. You know, it's kind of my age bracket, but that's for a bunch of yuppie intern kind of people. And unfortunately, I have to work around those kind of people too, so it's a zombie land. It's a zombie apocalypse out there. Man, is this side over? I gotta give myself like ibuprofen. Good shit though. Hey, welcome, Dave. Had a huge vowel movement. Well, gotta stop watching the wheel, man. Is Pat Sajak about ready to retire? Wanna catch up comments here. Yeah, I mean, there's less music talk and more about clout anymore, you know? You guys hear me pretty good from here? Hope my mic's working okay. So I'll probably leave this live stream up for a little while so I can hear it myself, but yeah, so in case anyone's wondering, we're spinning San Francisco's Shiver. So, all right, should we play the second side? Or, I mean, you basically got an idea of what it's like. Let's see what else we can play without the copyright boys on our tail, but you know, maybe I'll chit chat for a minute. Kind of show the rest of this pile here. So this might go for something online. I forgot where I found this. I think this is in the $2 bin. Karen Bella, Show and Tell. This actually sounded pretty awesome from what I remember. Sounds better than it looks. I forget what the style was though. Yeah, I only gave it a little sample online. Shiver. So originally it came out in 2000, but it was recorded in 1972. But this is a brand new reissue from last year. I think it's limited to like 300 copies around there. So originally 2000 by Rockadelic, but I think those are pretty pricey now too. So let's see. Yeah, I'd love to see people that are into psych make some videos like take 144 444. Been kind of enjoying his list lately. Daily flash release. That does sound familiar, but I never picked up on that. Yesterday's papers, I've watched a few of their videos. Shiver on CD. It's probably the best way to go. You know, sometimes I kind of think to myself, like, if I can't find something, I'll just burn it to CD. But I used to do that, but yeah, I do stream a lot of stuff as much as you may not think I do. But you know, I have the privilege at work to stream all kinds of music. I'm kind of into podcasts lately too. Never thought I'd say that, but it makes the day go faster. That's for sure. So yeah, I gotta finish this pile. I only got two more, but I already have a copy of this, but thought maybe I'd pass it along to someone in need of this. I'm not gonna say it's anybody in this live stream, but I got a couple people in mind that might want this one. This is actually the radio station copy from Lincoln. Oh yeah, Daily Flash on Uni. I remember they had some singles on there. It's kind of like Bee Gees, but like really, really good, like 60s Bee Gees. Two guys from Utah. You'd think it'd be Fargo, North Dakota, but yeah, if you see this one for cheap, $10, pick it up. This is really good. Kind of pop psych, you could say. It's, you know, more pop, less psych, but still fits because of the era it came out in. And then I took a chance on this one, $2. Kind of sounds like what it looks like there. Steel River. I Better Road Evolution label. Didn't have very many records, but kind of an interesting label. This is like their second album. It's a Canadian group. It's kind of a cool gatefold there. Looks like they're quite some rockers there. And yeah, this is pretty casual classic rock. I mean, it's nothing earth-shattering, like I said online, but it's a fun time. It's nothing, it's not necessarily bad. It's just kind of middle of the road. Kind of like, kind of got a Rolling Stone vibe on here, but yeah, very pedestrian. But someone out there will like it. $2, not bad, you know. Figured I'd give it a shot. Wasn't really familiar with them, but I guess they had a hit. A member of Passing Fancy wrote a song for them, so 10-Pound Note. So yeah, let's start side 2 here, and then I will be right back. Just gotta get something from the kitchen here. Yeah, the Canadian band Passing Fancy. A member of that band wrote a song for Still River, where they covered it. Yeah, I've listened to the first 2 Family records. I have the first one. I shared that sometime this year. I got a promo of that one. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I actually did have a white Christmas. That was like the first significant snowfall. Christmas Day. Yeah, I got my collection out on the floor yet because ever since I did that video from today, I hadn't put them back in the shelves yet, so they're still kind of sitting out. But give me a second, I'll find it. Well, I thought I could find it. No, it's in here. Found it. Took me long enough. So I picked this one up in Kansas City. Music in the Doll's House. It's a really good, like, progressive pop. It's really great. It's like every individual track is just kind of on its own plight, man. Voyage, See-Through Windows. Some great tracks on here. It's kind of one of those you have to hear in full. It's not really a single song experience. The whole thing's a joyride. I think I kind of paid up for this one too, but it was worth it. I've been kind of seeking one for a long time. Happily, it turns out to be a promo. Pulled some other cool records maybe you guys don't hear talked about much, but absolutely love them. Majority One. I forget where these guys are from. I feel bad now. It's a UK band? This is a great pressing though. German figure label. And yeah, you don't see him pop up in the US very much, so I had to pop on this one overseas, but hey, welcome David. From Traffic. I didn't see the producer. Where are you talking about family? You might be right on that one. But yeah, this has a really killer closing track. Roger LaFree. That's some heavy shit, man. You don't expect it coming from this band. Again, kind of a Bee Gees sound in the vocal harmonies, but it's really, really classy stuff. It's kind of maybe a Badfinger influence in there too. Just don't see this one talked about enough. Great pop. Yeah, that sounds familiar to me, Roy. I think I've heard that same story before. Some other records I shared in today's video. The Way We Live. This is actually a Tractor, pre-Tractor on Dandelion. But I actually prefer this one, I think, a little more. It's produced by John Peel. candle for Lilith, or Judith. Just two dudes, and they kind of just did some overdubs on this one. Sounds like a full band though. They actually named a song after Lionel Richie. King Dick 2. Are we still calling him that? Yeah, man. I was glad I could score this for cheap. It was just a smidge under over $100. Dandelion label. Guys enjoying the sugar? See, they get a little soft here, but it's overall pretty frantic stuff. Yeah, misunderstood. I heard that. Didn't he? I think he traveled to California to go see him, right? Yeah, I know, Stuart. It's kind of wild that two guys could get away with that back in the day. I mean, you listen to it, it sounds like a 5-piece band. All the instruments going on. They're pretty multi-talented, that's for sure. I don't know if Blue Cheer was the right comparison for this one, but definitely some Hawkwind, right? Pretty spatial, heavy psych. I got a couple more here. Lincoln Street Exit. This is their one under Exit. Stuff recorded prior to that, actually. Entrance. This made my top 10 list a couple years ago now, I think. Not easy to find. Kind of reminds me of like JK and Company in spots. The pop psych tracks anyways, but there's a couple garagey moments on here too. Right, Those Creation. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to listen to that one. But it's definitely more on the softer vein, right? It's a little more folk driven. Of course, they've always had a couple folk tracks thrown in as well, but this is definitely one of my favorite all-time Baroque folk records, man. Duncan Brown. The whole thing's just beautiful. It's a beautiful listen. Almost like you're listening to a ancient minstrel or something. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but if I had to have like a song played at my funeral, man, The Death of Neil is so beautiful, so good. I would choose that track for a contender for sure. Yeah, I thought you had that, David. Nice. Thanks for joining. Just thought I'd kind of test this live stream out. I might stay on for another hour. Quite enjoying this. Usually I'm all hot and sweaty because of well, Randy, he gets me going, man. No, it's usually with the phone, the laptop, this light bulb on me, all radiates heat, so I turned my heat off. I can get pretty toasty doing these for some reason. I don't know why, but and also drinking the Tabasco, eating the Tabasco drink doesn't help either. So. Damn. Shit just got dark. I don't know if I want to be cremated, but you know, I'll give it food for thought. Tube amps? Nope. Not really. It's just kind of your standard RCA home system back there. Those, yeah, those, I don't know what you call them. In the back there, they're kind of like all line. I'm not a gearhead. I can't even find the right words. Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt that, Randy. Yeah, I'm just kind of a simple dude, you know. I've had the same stereo system since my high school days. You can believe that. They've never given up yet, so it's always produced good sound. I mean, might have a little much too low end, but that's all right. Sorry for all my reflux tonight. Yeah, if anything, sometimes there's some days where my speakers kind of tweak out on me, but usually I just have to punch the button a few times or turn the whole power off, and usually resets it. So I guess I'll show my big finds of the year, right? Dragonfly, or finds last year, I should say. It's kind of crazy to think some of these big items came in to Lincoln. Super crisp, man. Super clean copy. And I guess he found this in like, the shop owner found this in like some collection in southeast Nebraska. I guess the guy was from Colorado, so it does make sense. Some Detroit in the room. Ann Arbor sounds. Yeah, I was kind of happy to upgrade on this copy. Not the one without the logo, but it's really pressing. Hey, since I got you here, Randy, I'm going to ask you something just a second. You read through this book yet? Total Chaos? I've nearly finished it. I think I'm just at the very end portion, but oh man. If you're a Stooges completist, this is a hell of a good book. Story of the Stooges, as told by Iggy Pop. I think this came out maybe a couple years ago or last year. It talks about the iguanas, got some amazing photographs in there. I think think it was kind of pricey. Yeah, 45 bucks for the book, but I had a hell of a time reading it. I guess they even had an evening with the Shangri-Las. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know about either, you know. Really great in-depth interviews here, and even got, you know, the shots from the first gig they played at, the Halloween party, doing whiteface. I almost want to go and kind of skim through this again. It was so good, man. Yeah, of course, it's got all the pictures from inside the fun house. Iggy's room. Yeah, I actually, I did sell my, well, I guess I shouldn't say sell, I traded in my Raw Power years ago, but if I had to replace it, I'd probably want the Iggy Pop mix on vinyl. I kind of prefer that mix. It's a lot beefier, and it's got some great crunchy sounds in that mix. Yeah, doesn't surprise me they tore it down, man. A lot of great historical places are just leaving us. But, you know, I'd say the first two albums, you know, that whole era, the first two, you know, before their little breakup with Dave, it's just kind of my, it's my favorite period. Yeah, Iggy, and then, well, you got James Williamson still around. Scott McKay passed. Mike Watt's still with us. I mean, yeah, the only original member, Iggy's left, so. But he's getting up there in age, isn't he? He's about, like, what, 75, 76? What's his name? Jimmy Recca? I think he passed too, didn't he? Or I forget. I've actually never seen Dead Man. I know he's in a lot of little cameos, though. I think he's in, what's that one movie? Crybaby? Or I've seen him in that one. That was a strange scene. And then he was in that Nickelodeon show, Adventures of Pete and Pete. But yeah, it's a pretty thick book, you know, lots of reading time with this one. No regrets picking it up. I mean, it's kind of pricey, but got a lot of great info in here. And Iggy himself, man, I mean, you might think he's kind of a maniac on stage, but he knows what he's doing. He had the whole thing kind of planned out, you know, as far as what ideas he wanted to lay across with the audience. It's all up in here, man. But yeah, it sounds like this record's concluding, so let's see what else we got on deck. Now I know we're talking about films too. So that same place I picked that Funk 45 up, I picked a couple DVDs up. And I kind of given up on picking up like actual DVDs because quality's kind of shit now, but I do prefer like Blu-rays. But I was like, these are too good to leave behind, so Never seen this one. This is Herman's Hermits Hold On. Never seen it, but I haven't heard many great things about it, but um, I may watch it sometime. It's not too long, so it's probably really dated, but kind of more happy about the other pickup, though. I'm sure the pickup artist knows about this one. This is China Syndrome. It's a great film. Um, yeah, Jack Lemmon, man, he is such an underrated actor. I mean, dramatic actor. It's one of my favorites. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I love those 70s thrillers. Probably my favorites. It's like my favorite little niche movie genre. Okay. Man, that was a long disc. Shiver. I mean, I can see the comments on here, but they disappear too fast. Performance, I have not seen that. But I think I watched the trailer once, and I may watch it someday. Okay, so I got more here from the pile. This is one maybe I could play. It was reissued by Sundays, so maybe it'll get it passed by the copyright, but this is also another big find of the year. New Colony 6. It's kind of like garage pop. Great organ-led kind of sounds, but really good for its time. 66. Let's give this a spin. As I spin in my chair. There we go.
I confess to have a willingness and wanting for you. To have you here by me, all my life through. You run around, run around, baby, run around, baby. Someday, maybe.
NC6. Welcome, Tyler. So yeah, we were talking about the human beast in the beginning. Still a big ass, well, it's a big ass, but big ass pickup. Still really glad I got this German press. Yeah, Dave, I don't have a trip in mind yet. Actually, I've just been kind of slowing down at the end of the year and trying to push this video out today. I had so just don't have any ideas yet for a theme. I'll probably push one out by the end of the month. We'll see. Will he finally be doing live streams? I don't know. Sounds like everybody's pretty satisfied with the sound. I mean, I don't have any complaints yet. I'm glad it's sounding okay. It's got to sound better than before, right?
I still have a willingness and wanting for you. To have you here by me, all my life through.
Yeah. I almost picked up on an NSU copy, but kind of slipped out of my hands. Well, I think I was debating between NSU and Little Free Rock, and I picked Little Free Rock up. And these first three tracks especially are bangers, man. And somehow this is relatively easy to pick up on compared to other stuff on the Duran Nova label, but Bulldog Breed is getting a little more love, you know? Yeah, Turn Me On or Turn Me Down. I'm still looking for a copy. What's it on? It's on that same label as Sam Kapal, right? I think it's also on the Vogue label in another country, like France or something. I'd like to pick up a copy. Yeah. For the longest time, I always thought this was kind of like a blues rock record, just given like, you know, Bulldog Breed. Let's play some UK blues. It's got kind of a varied style on it. It's very much kind of pop psych, kind of hard rock, and everything in between. I love showing off imports like this, you know, here in America. It's seldom a thing. Oh man, this is the one of the year. Last year I picked up on. Nice German copy here. I feel like I want to play this so bad, but I feel like this has got some copyright things. Don't feel comfortable just yet. Yeah, I got an international artist album right here. Glad to take this off the list. I got this one and well, reissue of Bull of the Woods, but also Bubble Puppy. I got Bubble Puppy with the sticker on top. Found that locally. It's kind of crazy. So it does play better than it looks. It doesn't look terrible, right? It's got like a couple moments of surface noise, but you can deal with it. Yeah, the Attack. I don't have any records by them yet. There's a lot of different variants out there as far as releases, right? Just haven't really focused in on it too much, I guess. Yeah, man. This was a holy grail for me, for sure. No longer. You know, I'd love to have an upgrade, but it was tough to get this as it was, man. As long as it plays, it stays. Yeah, I was kind of waiting to, I didn't even want to pick a reissue of this one. I wanted to wait till I got the real thing. It finally happened. Now, it's not the first press with the Posturos, but it's got the Postures. Dan Fogelberg's copy. Not really. Wish it was. And of course, this is the big one from Lincoln, man. I found this one in Lincoln. July. What? It sat in some house for like 50 years. Just to land here. It's crazy. Yeah, this is the local station's copy. I mean, these things have just disappeared, man. This is like the stuff you'd see on like these back walls at these big shows. It's too bad it's not a mono, but you know, I still kept my reissue for backup. never imagined to own it, man. Man, I mean, we like to show off our toys, right? It's just fun. It's fun to do. Oh man, yeah. I'd love to have the Golden Dawn. I'm looking for a reissue of it. I can't even find one for a decent price. I would love to have one. I mean, if it drops in locally, that's when my opportunity comes around. But that thing's pushing $1,000 now. Yeah, I'm still lacking Red Crayola and Lost and Found. It's like the big ones, right? Share some other cool ones here. Actually, speaking of my DJ gig, unknowns to me, I guess the bar's been closed for a while because of alcohol license or something expired, so or something of that nature. So I probably won't return till about a month. So it's I showed up twice with my equipment. Both times they were closed. I'm like, somebody's not telling me something. So I finally called my sound guy up, and it sounds like yeah, they're having some issues with the licensing. And then there's one day they didn't have electricity either, so I don't know. I don't know if tweakers are running the show or what, but something's going down. But I do enjoy DJing for sure. Just haven't really I haven't really gained a cult following or anything. You know, it's just basically background noise, but I love it. I got my own light show. I can curate my light show however I like, and it's been fun blasting my music in there. Seems like a pretty open crowd, so just not necessarily the music I'm into. They're kind of more into like everything else but my stuff. I mean, I don't know, a lot of hip hop stuff, but a lot of like independent hip hop kind of things, but occasionally I'll hear some like James Brown stuff, the JBs. I'll be like, we're doing something right here. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, COVID's still affecting stuff, man. It's a shame. Yeah, the small time businesses really got screwed, man. I got a few more here that I was going to share. Maybe I've already shared them, but we were talking about German kraut bands. Forgot who asked that, but this is one of my favorites. Sergius Golian, Lord Krishna von Golaka. Yeah. Got Klaus Schultz in the group. Oh, Von Zipper was asking. That's one of my favorites. It's got a young Johnny Cash there. Yeah, this one's spaced out. It's one of my favorites. Silver Bar, another big one. Nosferatu. Yeah, Mythos I'll be sharing down the road, maybe this month yet. Um, yeah, if Tyler, if you're still here, man, I did pick up a reissue of Mythos debut. Kind of want the original, but the reissue was too cheap. I just couldn't pass on it. It was like 15 bucks. I was like, wow, that's surprisingly cheap for a German record. How are things in the U.S.? I try to keep up with things over there, and usually eventually comes here. You mean with regard to COVID? I mean, Nebraska doesn't get hit hard as much as like the East and West Coast, but people definitely are still getting tested, and turning positive. But um, I couldn't really tell you, to be honest. I don't really know anyone in my circle catching it. I only caught it one time, and it was really, really mild. Only lasted like 24-hour period where I got like chills up my spine, and I kind of got it kind of late. I got it late 2022. I had chills up and down my spine all day, and then I had to just kind of rest it off, and felt better the next day. I was getting better, so but I had to take work off yet. Really? Hmm. That's too bad. Yeah, I used to work in healthcare right in the midst of that stuff, and I'm so glad I'm out, man. Ooh. Oh, shoot. My needle went onto the label. I've never seen that before. Really? I'm not hearing a thing about COVID. I mean, don't even get me started on the politics of it, but I mean, all I'll say is, being right up in the COVID area, working right beside people or patients with it, and having to wear the N95 for 8 to 12 hours with a face shield, and sometimes have to wear a gown and gloves, and just the whole works was like really, really draining. And I mean, I could handle it for a while, but it was coming later back at night to clean all the gowns and stuff, because I had to work in like the laundry department and wash all these gowns so they'd have enough overnight. Because I worked in like a nursing home, and it was it was brutal. Man, I'm so glad I'm out of there. I gotta catch up on these comments. I used to have two Kim Fowley records. I used to have the Outrageous. Now I just have Love is Alive and Well. It's probably my favorite of his. Curious as to your opinion on Lana Del Rey. Well, I found one of her records at a Goodwill, and I flipped it. I don't really have an opinion, I guess. If I had to be real honest, sounds like music you kind of fall asleep to. I mean, that exotic, whispery vocals don't really do it for me. But hey, for the for my generation, they love it. But I just I don't really have an opinion. I guess I don't really follow her discography, but I know the name. Um, she's been going for quite a while now, right? Let's see if we can play something else real quick. Looks like we've been going an hour and a half here, huh? Yeah, we'll probably go about another half hour. I guess I don't have too many controversial opinions regarding COVID, but all I'll say is, I think it was it's definitely a real tangible thing, this germ, but it's just the way the guidelines were. Like, our facility was really strict on how it was all handled, and I did not approve some of them rules, man. I didn't. It was a little draining. I mean, they just treated not only the patients but like the staff members like cattle. It was horrific. Yeah, I still need St. John Green. Yeah, I played Kim Fowley actually last week for my college buddy that stopped over for New Year's, and um, I loved his reaction. I'll just say that. Um, let's see. Uh, oh yeah, Earth Island. Yeah, he produced that, didn't he? See if I can find something with that I kind of know for sure doesn't have severe copyright claims. I'm pretty sure we can get away with this. Plain Jane. Almost considered this a top 10 find of the year. It's definitely one I've been hunting a long time. This is really clean copy. I did pay up a little more than I wanted to, but for the price and the condition, it was calling my name. Give this a shot. Give us a little break from the upbeat stuff. See, that's kind of more country rock, but it's got some psych flourishes in here. It's kind of a cosmic sound. So kind of reminds me of like later period Strawberry Alarm Clock in a way. Some of the harmonies and the organ textures. Hobbit label. Randy Holden's label. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a copy of Endless Trip. I don't have that book. I really don't have too many books. I just have the Psychedelia book, Acid Archives, Teen Beat Mayhem, Psychedelic Worlds according to Paul Major, and the Fuzz Acid and Flowers. I think it's like the first edition. That's all I got. That's all I need, really. I'm pretty satisfied with them. So I actually got rid of my American Kaleidoscope. I used to have the first one. I'll find it again. If I see the original for a good price, I'll pick it up. I used to have them, and I do have the two English Kaleidoscopes, the Tangerine Dream and Faintly Blowing. And I don't know if I should spoil it or not, but one of my pickups this year, one I got my eye on, I'd love to have a copy of Fairfield Parlor on Vertigo. I'd like to have a copy. Keep an eye out for me, guys. Richard Twice, yeah, it's a good callback. I definitely hear that. And I also have the what is it? It's not the Mexican, but it's the I can't think of that region. The Mexican Kaleidoscope. You know who I'm talking about. They're not Mexican. Dominican Republic Kaleidoscope. Oh man, yeah, I've been needing that Eyes of Blue. I've been really trying trying to find a clean copy of that. I finally lucked out on a bid. I'm still looking for their second one though. That one's a little tougher to find, I think. Eyes of Blue is underrated, man. Some great Hammond organ, psych. Love this track. Cool. Cool. I'm glad I turned you on to that book. Hey, thanks for the compliments. Yeah, I appreciate that. I do not have Sunforest. No, I haven't heard that in a long time. It's kind of like a fairy tale minstrel kind of folk psych, right? It's on the Duram label. Yep. Um, yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but if you guys know that website Mixcloud, I used to upload a bunch of online mixes on there all the time, and well, now it came to the point where you have to upgrade to pay to put some mixes on there. I have like 150 hour-long custom mixes. If you guys are interested, I can put the link in the chat. Maybe you guys can discover music through there too. Lots of obscurities. I might do that. Regardless, but John Phillips, you mean the one from South Africa? Yes, I have. If that's the one you mean. Of course, I know the John Phillips of Mamas and Papas. Not a nice dude, but yeah, I'll put the link to my Mixclouds if anyone's interested. Haven't really spoken about that in a long time. I have 154 shows. Yeah, a year ago already. If you guys want to check out these custom mixes I made, these are pretty great. Great gateway into psych, man. Yeah, I put the link in the chat. For anyone interested, you know, these are mostly records I don't have. Some I do, of course, but I put custom like little intros to them. I usually sing with the intros to like a familiar song or something, and then I put radio stations from back in the day, radio commercials in the mix as well. Just thought I'd throw that little plug in there, but it's a good plug. Expand your mind. Love that track. You can make it alone. Or you can't make it alone? You can't make it alone. Love that track. Yeah, so a new video mix. I mean, hopefully I'll push one out by the end of this month, but like I said, they kind of take some effort, man. They take a lot of time putting all the ideas together, whether they be spontaneous or not. It takes a while to think of all the themes and stuff and whatnot. Yeah, Big Sleep. I haven't actually heard that one. I need to catch up on that one. Sean Phillips. Yeah, I still have his. Well, I might have parted with it, but it's always cheap. I always see him at the shop. His first two. Yeah, Pseudo and Wurzel, amazing. Gary Higgins as well. Yeah, unfortunately, I'd love to make more content on Mixcloud, but like I said, unfortunately they kicked me out because I have to upgrade and pay for it, which I don't want to do. It's not very cool, but at least I put a lot of content out there. I did a few different themes. I did like a Sunshine Pop mixes, or like a series I did. It's called Rainbow Days. Days as in DAZE. I think I made like 6 of those or so. I love Sunshine Pop, man. I love my poppy shit. I really do. I'm all over the map, guys. I'm not just a pop site guy. I remember like a couple years ago, like I don't remember who said it, but I think they're just joking around. But I got very offended by that. Not really, but I do love my pop site though. But I'm all over the map. I love heavy psych. I love experimental space rock. I can't really think of a style that blends in that I don't like. You know. Wow, you saw Blue Cheer? Wow. Hello, Mother. Oh boy. Sunshine Company. Oh yeah. I still need Eternity's Children. Never been able to find a copy. Their first one or their second one. Probably let this side play out and then I'll chit chat for a minute and let you guys go. But thanks everyone for joining. Didn't really have any plans tonight. It's kind of cold out. It's getting colder, so gotta stay indoors. Gotta be an old hermit. It's kind of jazzy, out of nowhere. Favorite concept album, rock opera? Well, I would have to, I'll show you. Always talk about this one. Les Irresistibles. The story of Baxter Williams. It's one of my favorites of all time. CBS label. These guys are actually American, but I think they relocated to like Spain to record this. Went under a different name in the US though. I think they went under like the Ark of something. Had a single on Columbia. But this is it's not really cheap heat, but I mean it's worth a little bit, but you can never find copies in the US, but this is really, really good. It's kind of a loose concept record. Kind of Bee Gees-esque, kind of garagey in spots. Also psychedelic. This is some quality stuff. Worth checking into. You guys familiar with this one at all? Oh, Stuart, you must know him. Yeah, American boys, actually. I don't know what the whole backstory is there. You'd think I know by now, but I forget. I might have looked it up once, but it's kind of strange they just had these American boys take this on. I mean, you can't even really tell it. I mean, it sounds like they have an accent, but I know there's like several different compilations of their stuff out there too, but this is certainly one of my favorite concept records. Um, and of course, SF Sorrow. Yeah, kind of look like the Calcins, don't they? Speaking of them, I've been listening to them a lot lately. I'm still looking for Captain Sad. Some good pop on there. Really enjoyed that one. Yeah, I still need Electric Lucifer. I used to have the Plus record. I did part with it. That's how it goes sometimes. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a copy again. Maybe they are from France. I forget. Or at least they migrated there. So this is a record you guys probably might be surprised I have, but kind of being into the press stuff, you kind of fall into these different worlds, and this is a great record. Louis L'Amour. You guys know this record? I think this is a Light in the Attic reissue, I think. It's quite mysterious, ain't it? It's like an ambient pop record, but the whole record reeks of like cocaine and cocktails. It's like really whispery piano ballads, but really very ambient, very whispery, very desperate, like kind of like a long lost businessman on one last journey for looking for that good coke or something. I don't know. And it's kind of rumored that a lot of people kind of stated maybe this record was kind of a hoax or kind of a fake, but there's real copies out there. Yeah, this came out in like 1983, I think. So yeah, it's one of those private press oddities. Not necessarily psychedelic. It doesn't really fit in that umbrella, but it's got some really weird mixing going on. Like some of the strings, some of the tuning's a little off. It's got some weird synth in the mix. Yeah. So, yeah, check this one out. Stream it. It's kind of interesting backstory. Love records like that, It's kind of one of those things you want to play when you're, kind of down in the dumps and your girlfriend left you and you got one cigarette left in the packet and I don't know. Just trying to set the mood for you, but yeah, man, this has been fun. So I hope you guys were able to kind of enjoy the tunes while hearing me speak. Guess we'll find out amongst playback, but I'll leave the stream up for a while. Let's see. Are there any records that you haven't been able to find rips of, or it drives you insane? As far as like finding rips of, not really. YouTube is a gold mine. It's really got everything I've wanted to find. I mean, there have been a few things where there have been like maybe one track or so, but There's one record I've always been curious about. It just popped in my head just now, but there's this Private Press record. I've been kind of curious what the rest sounds like. It's the artist is called Bruce Johnson, and I think the album's called A Day in This Life or A Day in the Life. It's got one of those kind of generic barn looking covers like a Private Press does, and it's got one really great standout kind of mellow folky track. There's one track on YouTube. I'm subbed to the guy, and I think that's the name of it. I'll have to look it up here. Not like it really matters, but it's kind of nice. I can just pull up Discogs right now. I think it's in my want list, way in the back. So I've had this on the want list for a very long time. Oh yeah. I mean, there's several, I guess. Yeah, this is the record. I'll post it here in the chat. Just popped in my head just now. Yeah, I need to pick up on Junior I's Battle Sea Station one on A&M. I'm kind of meaning to pick a copy of that up. Yeah, man, you guys are going to get educated on my channel. That's for sure. I mean, you don't see people talking about this record I just posted. I guess there is 2 tracks. I haven't heard the other one. Yeah, Sunrise in My Life. That's a beautiful track. Let's see. Yeah, there's one record on here that on my want list that I would love to see have a reissue, but I think there's just one YouTube video, and it's just like different clips of this only known test pressing on RPC, which was like a acetate sort of very low quantity pressing plant. There's this band called Baxter's Glass Eye, and I guess Gearson, I mean, they even posted on this review page that things kind of went cold and they weren't, going to reissue this, but I'll post it here in the chat anyways. If you guys are curious. Man, this would have been a great reissue to come out. Kind of one of those lost garage psych things, and the clips sound promising. Sounds like a kind of wild, like Strawberry Alarm Clock kind of sound, from what I recall, but. Awesome. Well, thanks for subbing, man. You hit me over the 3K mark. Finally hit 3K subs. So RPC Press MacArthur. I'm not sure about that. I don't remember them being on that label. Yeah, it's kind of like like Century Records and all those private labels. Yeah, maybe I'll do another live stream soon and kind of just talk about stuff on my want list for a day. Kind of sounds like fun. So you guys get to see what I'm kind of interested in. I mean, I'm pretty sure my stuff's public, but we'll just make it a little more mysterious that way. Oh, my voice is kind of shot tonight, but yeah, there's been stuff on my want list. I mean, some of the stuff just never pops up for sale. That's why I kind of keep my my want list pretty minimal. I mean, right now it's at 163, but still, still don't know. I mean, I like to keep it about 100 if possible, but it gets tough when I start finding stuff that I'm really seeking out. But considering they don't pop up very often, helps me out a lot. So it helps me with my wallet there. Nope. Always have weekends off now, so those are my days off. And yeah, usually with work, I usually get to choose a half day as well. You can choose any day of the week, so I could have like a half day on a Friday. I get off at like 9 roughly. So it's pretty nice. I go to work pretty early. Um, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. Didn't really have any plans. Might hit the record shop up. We'll see. I definitely have some stuff to trade. There's even some stuff I didn't show just yet that I picked up last weekend. Took a road trip out to Kearney, Nebraska, and found a few things. I showed one tonight. Found this 45. It's an instrumental funk single. What's this? When you get through with it, put it back. City Council Limited. Check how much this is going for on Discogs. Scored big with that one. It was like 50 cents. Yeah, someone kind of dumped off their funk singles because I think they had like some disco 45s in there as well, but that was about the one that stood out to me. Sometimes, like I said, man, because I didn't even know what this was. Just kind of have to look at the stark design of it, and just like sometimes the titles of the songs kind of catch your eye. Like, huh? That doesn't sound like a hit. But yeah, very cool. Like a moment of break beats on here, and it's really upbeat funk instrumentals. Really, really solid stuff. It's stuff that, you know, DJ collectors are looking for. Let's see. You get the issue with the theft of your car sorted? No, it's kind of a cold case. um, well, to this day, I still don't know who or how they broke in. You would have thought I heard the car alarm go off because I sleep right next to my window. My car is right out there. You would have thought I heard it go off, but unless they took a screwdriver or some kind of tool into my, the key slot in the door, I don't know. I don't know how they got away with that, but we assume it was some teenage kid because the seat was all the way pushed up. And they didn't steal a thing from there, thank goodness. I mean, I didn't have much in there to begin with, but um, yeah, they didn't touch anything. They left a flashlight behind, and they messed with like all my EQ settings for some reason. I have no idea why. Nice. Yeah, I remember you saying that, Roy. That's kind of wild. You know about Wayne, Nebraska. I found a funk record up there one time, Odyssey, on the Mo West label. I found that record there in a thrift shop. Wild. um, yeah, Wayne's an okay town. It's like halfway between my college town of Norfolk, Nebraska. It's between there and Sioux City. And yeah, Sioux City is kind of a sketchy town. I should turn this microphone towards me a little bit so you can hear me a little better. But yeah, I think we've approached 2 hours now. So thanks for joining, guys. It's been really fun. Yeah, talking this long to myself, it's just like killing me right now. But yeah, we should do this again. I really enjoyed this. Really, really glad you guys showed up, and hopefully it was fun for you. Don't expect this every Friday night. It's not going to be one of those kind of things, but um, yeah, we'll see where the new year brings us, Um, Higgins, Mr. Derek Higgins, yes. Um, Last time I bumped into him was when I picked up Amandul 2. Um, I usually, I've only ran into him like at the record shows, and I ran into him at the last one, and we were both looking at the Amandul 2 records, and um, I decided to pick up on the one Wolf City, and he upgraded to the other one, the Babylon record. So that was it's pretty cool talking about that. We chit chat a little bit. Um, yeah, Omaha's got. I'm kind of glad I'm pretty close to these familiar channels. You know, there's Omaha Introvert. I saw her there the last show, and Mr. Pumping Vinyl as well. That was the second time I met him, I guess. Um, and of course, Tuco, Vintage Vinyl Hunter. He is around. Yes, he's alive. You know, I do realize a lot of people probably do miss the content. I mean, I miss it too, but you know, he's got his own life. Um, uh, we keep in touch. So, trying to think of other channels. I'm sure there's a few more, but yeah, it's kind of nice. I get to have easier access to go to Omaha more than I used to. So the Grapefruit, yeah, Grapefruit Records is my favorite shop in Omaha. It's got some quality reissues, and they're always kind of updating the used rival sections. Always kind of flipping around, always rotating, and um, I mean, of course, you find your typical stuff there, but they curate the goods as far as like the experimental section, um, a lot of independent stuff, and they got a wall as well. Some titles. Usually it's the same stuff, but not all the time. They've had Silver Apple's Contact in there forever. I do know that. But yeah, Grapefruit's my go-to. The whole old market area in Omaha is really a fun place to kind of scurry around in. Homer's is there. Vinyl Cup, not really a fan of them anymore. I mean, it's kind of the way they treat you as soon as you walk in is not very cool. Like I could just go off the script the way they are in there. It's always, hey, when's the last time you've been in here? Well, we do it this way. It's all A through Z. It's like, I know, I've been here before. I mean, I get it. It's just they're being nice, but then there's sometimes they're like, once you're kind of settled in, they'll be like, hey, while you're here, you want a drink? Costs $1. It's like that's not a very comfortable, inviting way to get business. That's kind of more to run out people, I think. But they kind of get up in your business. I kind of like when record shops kind of let you browse, and don't get so much in your way. But that's just me, I guess. But kind of like it to be just kind of an organic kind of dig, and not so much shoved down your throats of like, hey, this is us, this is what we do. You know, it's not really my cup of tea, but so I only go in there once in a blue moon, and some of their prices are kind of crazy too. I once saw a Mighty Baby in there once, their debut album. It was like I think $200, and it was all banged up. It was like that's gonna sit a while. I'm not really a big fan of Mighty Baby though, to be honest with you. I picked that one recent one up recently, Keith Christmas. Mighty Baby's the backing band on that, and I enjoy that one. I would probably pick up Jug of Love. I've just never seen it around, but wow, 3 a.m. Yeah, we're in the central time zone, so it's about 9 o'clock here. So yeah, it's about time for me to sign off too. Um, Time really flies when we do these live streams. Um, so that about wraps her up. So take care, guys. I'll leave the stream up for a while in case anybody missed anything, and check out my mix cloud. Like I said, 150 mixes, all an hour long. So it's a lot of content to go through. And we shall see you soon. I don't know when my next video will be, but I'll probably make like I said, that $2 raid that I talked about earlier, and we'll see if I make it next week or not. But it's kind of slowly creeping in the new year. So, and if you guys aren't following me on Instagram as well, I'm always a lot more active on there at PsycheDerek, spelled the same way. I post a lot of album reviews and some stuff that you haven't already seen on YouTube yet. So I'm much more active on Instagram. So just trying to kind of settle back into the whole YouTube verse. So, okay, signing off. So thanks again, guys. Thanks for the 3K, and we shall see you soon.